Y'all, it's Wednesday and I'm hanging out under this tree here watching the birds. There's a ton of bird activity going on right now, and I wanted to put a little something out for y'all since it has been a while since I posted a video. Like I told y'all, I have had to learn how to edit on my computer, and it's been a little tricky, but I'm kind of getting the hang of it. So y'all have more videos coming up soon. But anyway, it's a nice afternoon. It's about 86 degrees here in Dothan, Alabama, zone 8B. And I am under the Japanese cherry that is on the golf course, the Highland Oaks golf course here in Dothan. And I have quite a few tufted titmice and a couple of cardinals that are hanging out in this tree right now having their early dinner. They're the early birds. So I wanted to talk to y'all about what I have been doing, and a lot of it has been over here in the southwest portion of the property here near the golf course. And a lot of what I've been doing is kind of rearranging some things that I learned were not in the best places in my original idea of where to put things. So I have a grouping right now of 4 original endless summer hydrangeas that were planted in beside the driveway, and they were getting a lot of sun, too much sun. So the leaves started burning and my blooms started getting that brown crunchiness. And so I finally gave in and decided I would move them, and I thought that this would be a pretty place right here up under this tree where they're gonna get a lot of dappled sun. And so I did that a few days ago, and if you'll look back behind these endless summers, you'll see 3 oak leaves that I put in the ground. Oh, there was a little chickadee that I put in the ground a few weeks ago. And pretty soon, or well, maybe in the next couple of years, they're gonna get pretty big. So that is a Sim Beauty oak leaf hydrangea. It gets about 8 feet tall and wide. So before long, this whole area will just be pretty much covered with green foliage. That's what I hope anyway. Okay, so right here, as you go past these endless summer hydrangeas, I planted 2 Lamondra Grasses. They take full or part shade, and they were like on the brink of death. I had them in containers for, months, and like I didn't water them at all, and they were on their sides, and they just looked horrible. So I thought, I'm just gonna put these in the ground here at this border of the grass, because how pretty would it be when they get really big and the sun hits them and the blades are like, kind of going up over the grass. And I think it'll be a really pretty texture contrast with the broadleaf of the hydrangea. And then right here is 2 gorgeous structure camellias. They are white bloomers, and I love the structure that they give this area, the evergreen interest, the winter interest. And so that just, I think, adds so much to this space. Moving along, you have your grasses, and then there is another endless summer original. And so the original endless summer depending on the pH of your soil, will turn either pink or blue. Honestly, I don't know. It's a little bit confusing because a lot of these turned pink for me in the front yard, but then I posted on Instagram the other day the huge mass of like bright blue hydrangeas that I have over here near the golf course. So I'm just guessing that maybe we have a mixture of soil here. I don't know what the deal is. But either way, I think it's really pretty. Don't you just love a hydrangea bloom that's like just coming out? Ugh, it just looks so good. It's so pretty. All right, so now let me talk to y'all about this little spot. I have transplanted 3 Pinky Winky hydrangeas in this spot right here. Here, here, and there. Now, originally they were back in this natural area right there, kind of in a little half circle around that pine tree. But they like sun, and they really just were getting a couple of hours of afternoon sun. So I decided to move them into a spot where they would get more morning and a little bit of midday sun. And then in the afternoon they get dappled sun and a couple hours of afternoon sun, and in the late afternoon when the sun's setting. Something that I've noticed about these Pinky Winkies is that they have these pink stems. So they're kind of like a limelight, but the bloom becomes pink, hence the name Pinky Winky. Don't they look good? And in the background are 2 Bridal Wreath Spireas that were here when we moved in, but they were long and leggy and the stems were sparse. They did not look healthy. The roots were overrun with dead wood and tons of pine straw and pine cones. And so this winter I came out and I chopped them way down and I cleaned out the roots and I fertilized them a little bit, and now look at them. They have come back so beautifully. And I wasn't sure what they were going to do, and I was prepared to dig them up because I didn't know that they would come back. I didn't know if I had cut them back too hard, but I'm just really, really happy. So here is the other one. And then let me show y'all these 2 that I did yesterday. This is what I did yesterday to these other 2 Bridal Wreath Spireas. Cleaned them out. I found either 3 or 4 golf balls in the roots of this one. And then I did the same to that one over here. Okay, so I hope that they'll do the same thing that those over there have. And I think they bloom on old wood. Y'all tell me if you know if Bridal Wreath Spirea blooms on old or new wood, because I googled it and I really couldn't find a straight answer. So I don't know if I may have cut off the blooms of these, but they looked so bad that if I did, it was worth it. Okay, now do y'all remember when I did the video about planting the Blushing Bride Hydrangea and the 2 Sister Teresas over near the Japanese maple garden? Well, as I started watching them over the weeks since I posted that video, they got really burned, and I just knew in my heart that I was going to have to move them, so I did. I moved them over here. Let me turn around. Okay, hold on. So here is the Blushing Bride. There is the Merits Supreme / Sister Teresa. And then there is the other Merit Supreme. So I thought that these were going to be Sister Teresa's, but they were labeled Merit Supreme. Merit Supreme has either pink or blue, really big blooms. So I moved them today, chopped them back, because when you transplant something, it's helpful a lot of times to cut it back so that the energy of the plant can focus on the roots. And then I Googled it and learned that they grow on, the blooms bloom on old wood, and I was like, well, dang. So I probably cut off all those bloom buds, but oh well. There's 3 little encore azaleas back in the back that I'm going to be moving forward into, I think, this spot somewhere, like in this area. I thought it would be kind of neat to maybe put a lot of azaleas, because there is an azalea right there that was here when we moved. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but I had that idea. And finally, what I want to show y'all are these 3 little adorable things that I came across at Lowe's the other day. I actually saw them a few times before I bought them. And then one day I was there and I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to buy these because they're so cute. So look at this bloom. Is it not adorable? So this is a Peruvian Lily. At first I thought it was an azalea because it has an azalea-like bloom, but it is a Peruvian Lily. They can take full or part sun, and they get about 1 foot tall and about 3 feet wide. So they stay in a mounded shape. Whoops, sorry. And I just think that they're precious. Okay, so anyway, guys, I hope y'all are doing well. I will be posting more videos just as soon as I can get a good handle on how to edit them using my Apple computer. We're heading to the beach tomorrow for a few days. We're so excited. So I'm happy that I could get this little video out to you guys before we're gone. We've been doing a kitchen remodel, so y'all get ready for a video on that soon. It's just a little tour of what I've been doing around here, y'all. Hope everyone has a great rest of their week and a good weekend. Talk to you soon.